Well, this is Steve Ridgel, and I've got Remi up here with me this morning. And Remi may look not quite as wide around her muzzle as she usually does because Remi had quite the adventure the other day. Remi gets out in our field or our ranch and she runs laps and sniffs and looks. And when we call her back, Remi almost always comes back. But once in a while, Remi will get a scent of something or see something and she takes off and we will call her and she ignores us. She just runs off. She doesn't go as far as just turn around and look and then keep running, but she gets overpowered by it. And the other day she smelled something, took off. I don't know if she thinks she's protecting the pasture, making friends. I don't know what exactly Remi's doing, but she went way deep into the woods on the other side of our pasture, and so we couldn't call her back. So eventually we get in our mule, and Mimi's driving us down there. And about halfway there, she says, "Take a deep whiff." I sniff, and I said, "There's a skunk somewhere." And she said, "Where's your dog?" And I said, "Uh-oh." Went into the woods, called her. She came running out, and right on her muzzle, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, she smelled like skunk. And so Remi got to come in and have all sorts of stuff on her muzzle, all sorts of mixtures of stuff that she didn't like. We did everything. The tomato paste, because it kind of overpowers, the tomato juice overpowers the smell. We did ivory and we did hydrogen. We mixed stuff and did all that stuff and got the smell pretty well out, but it kind of lingers a little bit. And she had to go on leash or stay by the mule for a while because it was a while before we let her go. And then when we did let her out, we kind of called her back pretty quick because she's got to learn. And you know what? As frustrating as all that was. Oh, and she had to sleep in the mudroom for a couple of nights. And it kind of reminded me, I wonder if God looks at me like I look at Remi. I mean, I try most of the time, and I want to mind God. I do, like I hope most of us do. And sometimes I think he probably has to call me back, and I come. But every once in a while, maybe you've had this experience, I just don't pay attention to God like I should. I go on my own way. I smell a skunk or I see something I think is going to be good for me or I should do, and it's not what God wants. And I do that, and there's always consequences. Sometimes I stink a little. Sometimes God has to discipline me. Sometimes if you get real close, you can smell the stink of sin on some of us. And God disciplines me and corrals me in, and I try a little harder. And, I didn't want Remi to chase a skunk. I hope she never does again. I suspect she will. But I really enjoyed watching her and thinking about it for this reason. It reminded me how much I really want to mind God and how much I don't want to chase the sin skunks in this world, because you'll get sprayed and they'll stink and there'll be consequences. You can get over it, but I want to learn from it. And so, Remi, I don't want you to chase any more skunks. I don't want you running off on your own, but I do appreciate the lesson. This is Steve Ridgel telling you, mind God, don't chase the sin skunks. If you do, there'll be consequences, but God will help you get past it, and we'll all do better next time.